So for next week's main event for UFC 306, we have Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili for that UFC Bantamweight Championship. Now, let me get this straight. Let me tell you real quick. I think O'Malley is going to beat Merab. I'm saying that outright up front just to give you my real take before I dive into the whole nitty gritty and all the nuances surrounding this fight, because this fight can be very, very nuanced. I know it's pretty cut and dry when it comes to O'Malley by KO, Merab by gas tank grappling, just overall overwhelming O'Malley. That's pretty much the main two narratives that I'm seeing here. But let me get into the real nitty gritty and the nuances between these two, because this can be a awkward fight if things don't go to plan for either fighter. I don't think this fight is as cut and dry as Merab grappling and O'Malley KO power, one punch knocks out Merab. Now here's the deal. I said I was picking O'Malley, but Merab can very well get this one done. Let's not fool ourselves here. I think when you put this fight into a vacuum, I think Merab is the worst stylistic nightmare matchup for Sean O'Malley. I think Merab is a worse matchup for O'Malley than Aljo, than Petr Yan. I think fundamentally, Merab has the best style to go out there and just put a pace on O'Malley and just grapple him up for 5 rounds and win by decision. And we've already seen Merab neutralize really, really good strikers like in Petr Yan. Now, I do think that Petr Yan is a different striker than O'Malley. I think their striking styles are very, very different. But for Merab to go out there and be able to pretty much neutralize the game of Petr Yan, he pretty much made sure Petr Yan could never get going in that fight and just out-grapple him for 5 rounds. Petr Yan couldn't do his style of starting out very, very slow and reading his opponent and working on finding holes in their game as the fight goes on, because Petr Yan was just way too worried about the takedown threat. And honestly, I think worried might be a bit too harsh of a term. I think he just couldn't do anything because he had to stuff a takedown every 30 seconds. So it's not like Petr Yan can make any reads. He could really find his way striking into the fight because he never had a chance to. And that could be the same thing for O'Malley. But I think when it comes to Petr Yan and Sean O'Malley's striking style, I think Petr Yan is like really, really not fit to fight a Merab whatsoever. I think that slow start can just snowball into a huge effect, and that's what happened in their fight. Petr Yan just never ever had a chance to ever get the ball rolling, never ever had a chance to make reads on Merab because he had to stuff takedowns. And when we compare that to O'Malley, that's really not O'Malley's style. He pretty much comes into the fight knowing what's going to be successful, knowing what he can find, and he's pretty much a pure shot selector. The best way that I can put it is that Petr Yan put a lot of points into his character build, into the IQ department, whereas O'Malley put it into the sniper archetype. Like, I feel like that fundamentally Petr Yan and Sean O'Malley just work differently, and O'Malley is looking for that perfect strike. He's coming into a fight looking for that perfect punch that he already seen on film. And somehow, some way, O'Malley just knows how to perfectly execute that into the actual fight itself. We saw it with Aljamain Sterling. He was practicing that pull counter before the fight even started. He knew the pull counter was going to be his KO blow, and he found it against Aljo in the second round. We just know that O'Malley knows how to find that perfect punch. And against Chito, it's Chito Vera. Chito Vera is pretty much unfinishable. But I think anybody who was unsure about O'Malley or just had their doubts with that first Chito fight kind of now knows that O'Malley is levels above Chito. And Chito's good. Don't get me wrong. Chito's an amazing fighter, but I don't think he's top 5 level at bantamweight. I'm sorry. I think O'Malley proved that, and I think Figueiredo proved that as well just recently. So when it comes to Sean O'Malley, I am worried about the takedown threat. Will he ever get going? Will he ever even have the time to find that shot versus Merab? Because Merab can go out there and just spam takedowns for 5 rounds. But one thing I did notice about Merab is that he never really tries to establish good control. Whenever he does takedown fighters, he's not sitting there on full guard or on half guard for long periods of time. He's mainly just getting the takedown, doing some quick ground and pound, doing some quick damage, maybe having some level of control, and then the fighter gets up. The whole entire Petr Yan fight, again, it's going to be my big reference for this fight because that fight tells me a lot about Merab and how his style is. But when he was fighting Petr Yan, even if he did get down Petr Yan at times, Petr Yan was popping right back up on his feet, and if not, Petr Yan was stuffing the takedown. So maybe if you are picking Merab, you're thinking, well, Petr Yan took down O'Malley for a round and held him down. I don't think that Merab's going to be holding down O'Malley at all. I think he probably will take down O'Malley at times, but I don't think he'll have a long period of control time versus O'Malley. Now, obviously, he can adjust that game plan and go for a more controlled grappling base or plan versus O'Malley, but I don't think that's Merab's style. Merab is a guy who wants to wear you down and overwhelm you. And I don't think O'Malley's going to be too overwhelmed in the first round or the first 2 rounds. I think O'Malley knows exactly what he's getting into. I think O'Malley understands that Merab's going to try to shoot takedowns on him, and a lot of them. And I think he knows that Merab is open. Merab on the feet is open for a clean left hook. It's night and day. You see it every single fight. His striking isn't bad by any means, but his striking defense, there are holes in the game of Merab. And with a guy like O'Malley, who is that shot selector, who is trying to find that perfect punch, he can find that perfect punch on Merab's chin. Merab's just way too open on the feet. His hands are down at times. He's just winging hooks, nothing too technical. He's just trying to strike for the sake of striking sometimes, just to put some pressure on his opponent. He's not trying to make any significant or really IQ, big brain level reads on an opponent. He's just trying to use his punches to set up the next takedown attempt. That's Merab's whole style. And if Merab is at any point in this fight half-assing it or just throwing strikes for the sake of throwing strikes, he will get caught by O'Malley and he will get put down and probably KO'd. He is finishable. Against Marlon Moraes, we saw Merab look finishable. Now, he survived Marlon Moraes because it's Marlon Moraes and he has no gas tank whatsoever. But I think when it comes to O'Malley, who is going to be way more intelligent in his finishing ability, I think if Merab gets knocked down at any point, it's done. It's over. The fight is over. I think he might go out cold from O'Malley if that's the case. I don't see him doing an Aljo and being on the ground and scrambling around for a little bit. No, I see him getting KO'd out flatlined, out cold completely if at any point he gets knocked down. I think it will only take a few follow-up shots from O'Malley to put Merab out cold. I'm being honest with you. But if he can find a way to prevent O'Malley from finding that perfect shot, then I can see Merab winning this. If this fight gets into the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, that means that Merab's game plan has already been working and he's probably winning the fight. He's already grappling up O'Malley, taking him down consistently, maybe holding him down at times, clinching with him. Just overall, his game plan is working to wear down O'Malley throughout 5 rounds. I don't see Merab getting a finish by any means, but maybe in that 4th, 5th round where O'Malley is really, really tired and really gassed out from defending all these takedowns, maybe he can get an arm triangle there, but I think this fight is going to be pretty much won and lost in the 2nd round. I think if O'Malley doesn't find a way to finish Merab in the 2nd round, he might just lose the fight. I'm just really worried about that 3rd, 4th, 5th round because O'Malley's cardio is good. He has great cardio, but he has great stand-up cardio. He has great kickboxing cardio. Again, with the Petr Yan fight, when there's grappling involved, we see O'Malley's cardio take a dip. But when he's fighting a guy like Chris Matinho, where he's just striking the entire time and there's no grappling involved whatsoever, his cardio looks amazing. Or against Chito Vera, his cardio looks good because he's only striking and there's no grappling whatsoever. So I am worried about O'Malley's gas tank when it comes to fighting Merab in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th, because I think when grappling gets involved, he's going to find a way to gas out. He's going to be gassing out as the fight goes on because O'Malley is not really a main grappler. Now, he has good jiu-jitsu. I'll say that real quick. O'Malley on the ground isn't hopeless. Like, I don't see Merab getting his back and holding him down and choking him out. I don't see that. I see Merab as kind of like a Kobe Covington type or a Kamaru Usman type where he's going to just hold you down maybe for a little bit and not get any submissions. Like, there's not really a great jiu-jitsu game from Merab. Now, grappling, takedowns, wrestling, all great from Merab, but I don't think jiu-jitsu is on the forefront of his mind when it comes to his style of fighting. And at the very least, we know that O'Malley's jiu-jitsu isn't bad whatsoever. We've seen him at times against Chris Matinho go for a submission. We've seen clips of him on, I believe, some UFC Underground, whatever, the jiu-jitsu thing that they do, or he submitted somebody with a guillotine who's a big name. I forget his name at the time, but we know that O'Malley's jiu-jitsu is not awful. It's not there. We know he's practicing it. We know he's working on it. So I don't think we're going to see Merab go out there and just get a submission easily on Sean O'Malley. But I am worried about the takedowns and the wrestling threat that Merab's going to present to O'Malley. I just think O'Malley's going to find that perfect shot before Merab finds a way to gas him out. But if you made it this far into the video, thank you. But you're probably wondering about the title on the thumbnail. I think it says something along the lines of, O'Malley will make quick work of Merab. Now, don't get that twisted. I don't think that O'Malley's going to go out there and make easy work, like make Merab like a complete fool. No, I think we're going to see O'Malley go out there and find a quick finish on him, but have a difficult fight with Merab. I think we're going to see Merab have success in the first round. I think we're going to see a lot of clinching in the first round, but I think after that, in the second round, we're going to see O'Malley find that perfect shot. Now, this fight can go longer. I think your best bet, if you're one of the betting guys that watch my channel, I would bet O'Malley second round TKO, maybe first round TKO. And if it's not that, then put Merab on decision. Like, I think those are your two clear bets there. Maybe O'Malley can consistently knock down Merab in like 3 rounds and win by decision. That's possible as well. But I just see O'Malley getting a finish. I don't see him going out there and just hurting Merab consistently for 3 rounds and winning based on knockdowns. No, I think that O'Malley either doesn't finish Merab in the first 2 rounds or he loses the fight. That's pretty much all I have to say. There's not much else regarding this fight. Like, there's maybe Merab can get into O'Malley's head. Maybe O'Malley can get into Merab's head. O'Malley kind of doesn't care about Merab and didn't really care for this fight in the first place. He wanted Ilia Topuria. It is what it is. I think O'Malley's head's in it. I think Merab's head's in it. I'm not really worried about the outside or the shit talk factor when it comes to this fight whatsoever. Merab is a troll, but so is O'Malley. So I see them both trolling each other in the press conference and stuff like that. So I think it'll be equal on both sides. Maybe Merab can get into O'Malley's head, but I don't think he really will. I think O'Malley will probably get into Merab's head, if I'm being honest with you, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how the fight plays out. We'll see how the build-up plays out as well, but that's it. That's all I have for you guys. I'm taking O'Malley by second round TKO. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, bell icon for notifications. If you disagree or even agree, comment section down below. But I'm out of here.